Welcome to this lesson on 3 levels of jam band soloing. So the purpose of this video is to help you come up with more ideas as you solo and also give you sort of a roadmap on what you should be prioritizing as you continue to get better at improvising, specifically in the jam band realm. So as I mentioned, there are 3 levels to this. The first one is the very simple groove, the simple pentatonic scale. The second level is adding some color. So that's with some chromatics, some extra notes, etc. And the third level is expanding the neck. So, first off, we're just going to start with the first level. What you need to know for this is how to find a pentatonic scale. Now, I'll tell you this briefly, but know that there are quite a few Tough Club lessons on this that will help you if you are not aware of what a pentatonic scale is. It'll help you figure that out. But if you find a root note, right? So say we're trying to play an A minor pentatonic. All you have to do is find the A, right here, and then you play your pentatonic shape. If you were playing major, put your pinky on it and play the pentatonic shape. For the sake of keeping this video short, I'm not going to show you exactly how to do that shape. If you want to figure it out, slow down the video or go back to any other YouTube video on the pentatonic scale. So with this first level, all you want to really think about is how can I navigate this pentatonic scale in an interesting way? So what are the notes that I want to start on? How do I want to sort of bunch the licks together in an interesting fashion? So what I'm going to show you in this next little solo of mine is how I would think about just soloing with the pentatonic scale over a C major backing track. So in that video, you could see that I was prioritizing keeping the rhythm of the phrases interesting and making sure that I didn't really repeat things too much. So if you feel like you want to stick at this first level for now, go for it. Try to keep those things in mind. Keep the rhythm interesting and try not to repeat your phrases despite being locked in to this one scale. Now, the second level, adding color. What you want to think about here is how can you start to sprinkle in more notes, right? So that you're not just stuck within the pentatonic. Sprinkle in more notes, but still keep that structure of the pentatonic scale and that level of comfortability that you have. In my solo, you're going to notice that I do a few things. I'm going to slide into a few notes. So you have all these notes, right? You can slide from 1 fret below or above, right, to one of those notes in the scale, and it automatically gives a different feeling, right? It's this versus this, right? So there's already some color right there. Another thing that you can do is play around with chromatics. So what this means is that, say you take 2 notes that are in the scale, take this one and this one. You're going to play every single note leading up to that second note, like that. And you can do this anywhere, as long as those start and end points are in the scale. These 2 notes are in the scale, right? These 2 are in that scale in this little box here. Right? Gives it a little bit more color. So you'll notice those 2 things, but you'll also notice that I'm going to play a note or 2 in the major scale. Now, if you don't know the major scale, again, Tough Club is a really good resource for this because it shows you all of these scales in a very understandable way and not in an overwhelming way. Keep those 3 things in mind: chromatics, sliding, and the major scale. On to the third and final level here. Once you get comfortable with expanding to the major scale and starting to play with a few more techniques on the guitar, now all you need to do is just expand this out. So what I'm going to think about in this third level of soloing is how can I take everything that I just did here and then play it in every single scale position that I know, up and down the neck. Now, I know these through the cage system. It's a super, super helpful system that will allow you to find scale shapes all over the neck no matter what key you're in. Again, Tough Club has a ton of good lessons on the cage system if you're interested. But if you're already aware of what that is and you know all these pentatonic scale shapes, or even better, major scale shapes, watch for what I'm going to do here, because you're going to notice that I'm going to slide in and out of scales no matter where they are, no matter what string I'm on. I'm always going to be sliding and moving. This gives a solo more dynamics and more sort of life and surprise. So check out this final solo. Hopefully you enjoyed that little lesson on the 3 levels of jam band soloing. If you can determine what level you're at there and you want to reach out to me and have me sort of assess what that means for your skill level, absolutely do that. If you're interested in taking private lessons from me and getting sort of like a structured teaching approach, check out the weekly mentor plan. There's a link for that in the description below. And if you just want to join the Tough Club community and get access to all these lessons that I've referenced throughout this video, you can go ahead and do that. Start your free trial. And then it's just $25 a month. So thanks for sticking around. See you in the next one.